This week on the Jock and Nerd podcast, we review the classic Jackie Chan 80s action movie, Police Story. Plus, Wolverine's classic suit and Jennifer Garner's Elektra will be in Deadpool 3 and maybe a bunch of former X-Men. Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1 lands Tom Cruise his highest Rotten Tomatoes score yet. Joaquin Phoenix is blowing up pyramids in the trailer for Ridley Scott's Napoleon. The domestic box office is struggling this year, and more, all in this edition of the Jock and Nerd Weekly for Monday, July 10th, 2023.
Hi, this is Gilbert Gottfried, and you're listening to the Jock and Nerd Podcast. Why? I don't know.
Check. Check one. All right. This is for all you fans out there. Let's give it up.
We talk it, we nerd it. We funny, disturb it. We talk it, we nerd it. We spoiler alert. Oh yeah!
Oh, what's up, listener? How you doing? Thanks for pressing play. Welcome to the Jock and Nerd podcast, where we give you comic book and superhero TV and movie news, reviews, and whatever we choose. Jock and Nerd. My name is Imran.
My name's Anthony.
He's the Jock.
He's the nerd.
Rug Boy still on assignment over in Romania. House City.
Still trying to get Andrew Tate out of jail, even though he's not in jail, I don't think.
He's trying to bail Andrew. He's going to break Andrew Tate out of jail because he's tired of watering his plants as he house sits over there. I hope he's having a wonderful holiday. I'd like not having to come up with a joke for him every time. There's a lot of pressure.
Yeah, you
sometimes.
just reused the joke you used last week.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, I did. I mean, we're sticking with this story. That's where he is.
Oh, okay.
He is on holiday in Romania, house sitting for Andrew. That's not a joke. This is facts.
Oh, we're actually telling the truth this time.
Facts, man. But
Big facts.
He's always here.
No
That's
cap.
a big fuck up right there.
He's always here with us. Anthony,
Dead ass.
how you doing?
Oh, I'm doing fine. Thank you. Thanks for asking. How are you doing?
I'm good. Before we get started, I wanted to ask, have you heard about this new social media site?
Threads?
Yes.
Yeah, I have it.
Do you have people? You're on it? Do you know people? Are your friends jumping on this thing?
Well, it's hooked up to Instagram. It's created by Facebook and it's hooked up to Instagram. So if you have an Instagram account, it's the same login.
Apparently, Mark Zuckerberg just remade Twitter and called it something else. Is that
It's
right?
Twitter.
It's Twitter.
It's basically Twitter.
It's Twitter.
Yeah, it's just on Instagram.
Yeah.
It's integrated with Instagram.
Oh, so it's integrated. That's interesting.
But, yeah, I mean, it's its own. I mean, yeah, it's. I don't really see what the difference is.
Well, that's the thing.
far.
Why are you making another thing that looks like another thing? I know a lot of people are leaving Twitter. I know there was a thing where didn't Elon make like you could only read like 600 Twitter threads or something. There's a limit now or something ridiculous. But here's the thing. Oh, do we need another thing? I don't need another thing. What? Are you on it? What's going on over there?
I don't know. I'm looking at it right now.
I know there's brands and companies and like all the studios, and they're going to try.
I mean, they got the blue check mark on stuff. It seems like it's like a little bit more integrated with Instagram. So you're seeing, I think these are Instagram posts. I don't really know.
But it looks just like Twitter, and it works like Twitter, and it acts like Twitter.
Yeah, it looks basically. I mean, it's not. It's a blue. Instead of being blue, it's black.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. I downloaded it just because other people were like, "It's easy, just download it." You already have Instagram, and I'm looking at it right now, and yeah, I have no reason to really use this. I mean, I don't even use Twitter anymore. I just use it to like laugh at stuff.
Yeah, it is hilarious. I heard today on another podcast that if you deactivate Threads, you also deactivate your Instagram. Like, I would be careful now, and they already have all your information. All of this is to say right now, listener, if you're on there, great. I'm not going to be opening an account for the podcast. I cannot manage another thing. The 3 we have is enough. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. I'm not even doing the TikTok because what am I going to do? So have fun over there. I don't know what's going on over there. I liked it the first time when it was called Twitter. That's all, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah. I don't really see the
you think it'll
point
last
this far, but
like Mastodon or any of these other things?
No, I don't think.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. Maybe, but then again, I mean, Instagram was basically Vine.
Right.
Instagram video.
Right. Oh,
was
yeah.
Vine.
That's right. All these things were like derivative of other things when they started. Yeah, Reels is Vine.
And they just Reels is just TikTok.
Yeah, Reels is just TikTok. There's TikTok.
Who knows?
Reels.
Maybe it's just Facebook, Meta. They're just going, well, we have a lot of money and we just want to have all the social media to ourselves. I have no idea. I have no fucking clue.
A lot of engineers and coders left Twitter, and these are the people who built Threads for the Zuck. So
that wouldn't surprise me.
It's probably not going to last. We don't need another thing. You can just stop. Everybody, just stop doing these things. We don't need it. All right, let's get to the real comic book geek news. Here we go.
The Jock and Nerd Podcast.
Writers' strike update. They're still on strike. Week 11.
Oh, shit.
So, look, I know I started this bit and fully not intending to actually have to do it every week. But now I feel like people expect it, even though it's a running gag. And I feel obliged to at least give you some information about what's going on. Because I'm an idiot and this thing could go on for weeks. So, strap in. Here's a quick update.
Spoiler time.
Strap in, you fucks. Here's this week's writer's strike update. Doesn't actually have to do with the writers, has to do with the Actors Union, as I mentioned last week. SAG, the Screen Actors Guild. Apparently, a quick Google search right before the show revealed to me that today there was a call with the leadership from SAG and top Hollywood publicity agencies. Huge conference call. SAG was bracing them to prepare for a strike, kind of briefing the publicity reps on protocols and how talent can best serve the union if and when a strike takes place. According to this article from Variety, one of the participants called this call panicked. The publicist asked a bunch of questions like, can my clients still sit on panels at San Diego Comic-Con? Can we do promotional things outside the United States? SAG had no comment or answer to either of those. They are calling this the most sobering sign yet that the SAG union may join the Writers Guild of America against the AMPTP, Alliance Motion Picture and Television Producers. The SAG contract was extended and it expires this week, this Wednesday, July 12th at midnight. Okay. One producer told Variety, quote, it would be a miracle at this point for them to reach a deal. Now, if they go on strike, this is really bad because every fucking thing shuts down right away.
Yeah, now if you don't have actors, the movie's done, right?
Yes. Publicists and agents are freaking out because there's these big movies coming out. They need their talent to go out and promote these big movies. I don't think the talent would be able to do that. So nobody can go out anywhere. And there's no talk shows to publicize this shit anyways. But like Barbie, Oppenheimer, this Mission Impossible movie, it would be hard to promote these things. And another top source for Variety said they thought by Friday they were going to reach a deal, but according to them, everything fell apart. And we may see a fucking actors strike happen Wednesday night, which would that's going to be very costly and seriously disruptive. It is the biggest union out of the three directors, writers, and actors. The actors are the biggest. So,
wow, that really fucked shit up, huh? More so than it's already fucked up.
More so, we expect more delays. And, right now they're shooting things that have been written. Things are in production. But if this happens, that would have to stop too.
Wow.
Yes, one of the things in production right now is our next topic. The big comic book movie news of the week is all about Deadpool 3, listener. And some of this may be a little spoilery. So I'm going to issue this spoiler alert. I'm also going to say, if you don't want to know anything about Deadpool 3, there are chapter markers, there's timestamps, you can jump to the next thing, no problem. Okay, here we go.
Spoiler alert.
Because some of this, it would have been nice to have been surprised later, but you know the way things are. I mean, this is coming from Deadline and Variety. Headline, Deadpool 3 first look. Hugh Jackman debuts Wolverine's classic yellow and blue suits and teams up with Ryan Reynolds. Oh, shit.
Oh, shit. Geek boner.
Anthony, look at this picture. We're finally getting it. We're finally getting this yellow suit. He is not wearing a mask. It is very yellow. But holy shit, let's just start there. Comment on this look. And should they have saved this maybe? I don't know. There's
two things. The big appeal to having Hugh Jackman back is one,
Yeah, that's great.
he's potentially in the MCU. Because after Logan, you could argue it should have been done.
Well, he said
And
he's
having-
not going to fuck with the Logan timeline in this movie. So
Got it.
it's a different.
Well, yeah, but still.
Yeah.
So it's MCU, but then the second thing was we've never seen him in the yellow suit.
Yes.
So finally get to see him in the yellow suit, which is long overdue.
Yeah.
I thought the yellow suit was sleeveless.
I mean, there's different versions. Yeah, this is full sleeves and gauntlets all the way
Yeah.
down and shoulder pads. And the hair looks very Wolverine-y. I don't know if he's going to have a mask. The mask is iconic. They have yet
Yeah,
to
he's
give
got to wear a
him
mask.
that mask. And meanwhile, you got Ryan Reynolds in his new Deadpool outfit looking sharp. Just think about where we came from. We came from a bald Ryan Reynolds with his mouth sewn shut and Hugh Jackman in a tank top to this. It only took about 20 years.
I mean, you could go further than that and go. They were wearing Wolverine. Hugh Jackman was wearing black leather.
yeah, padded.
And they make a joke in the movie, and he goes, "Would you Cyclops goes, what would you prefer, yellow and blue spandex?"
Oh my God, they made it from a joke to finally they're giving the fans what they want. This movie is going to be wild. This comes out, this was posted today, but this comes out on the heels of the announcement confirmed that Jennifer Garner is fucking returning as Elektra in Deadpool 3 from Ben Affleck's Elektra.
Oh,
Ben
shit.
Affleck's Daredevil.
Wow.
That's crazy. Comment
Yeah,
on that.
I've got a theory, but keep going through some of these confirmed or rumored and then confirmed cameos.
Oh, you have a theory. So, look, Jennifer Garner, of course, she looks smoking as Elektra. This is almost 20 years. When did those movies come out? Like 2003 and 2005 or 9?
Mhm.
Fucking almost 20 years. She's returning in the suit. That begs the question. Is her ex-husband, fucking Ben Affleck, going to suit up and be Daredevil right after he just played Batman and join his act? I mean, he's married. He's married to J-Lo now. Would they do a sex scene with him and Jennifer
God.
Garner? Oh my God, with his ex-wife, which is crazy. So that's one of the speculations, right? You got to go to. Here, okay, more spoilers. This cast, if this is true, this cast is crazy. Confirmed we have Deadpool and Wolverine. Confirmed returning Deadpool 3 is Dopinder and Blind Al, of course. Morena Baccarin confirmed to come back as Vanessa, even though wasn't she fridged?
I don't remember Deadpool 2, to be honest.
She-
I guess she came back.
She came back. No, he was visiting
Will
her.
Leach
like
did
that.
it, right?
Yeah.
Oh, well, David Leach.
David Leach, yeah.
Yeah.
Deadpool 2, that was, Colossus was in both of them. So Colossus confirmed to coming back. Negasonic Teenage Warhead and Yukio confirmed to be coming back. Remember Peter W., Rob Delaney playing the dude with the mustache who didn't have any powers and just wanted to join the team?
No, I don't.
No, you don't remember. Remember all that team? Remember they had fucking Shatterstar and everybody just died jumping out of the plane? You don't
that's
remember?
right.
Remember
Yeah.
that? So
Yeah.
apparently he's not dead. Peter W., who has no powers, is coming back. Rumored that the new cast members, Matthew McFadden, will be playing someone called Paradox, and Emma Corrin is a new cast member playing the villain. We don't know. Rumored is Owen Wilson's Mobius and Miss Minutes from Loki, the TVA. Does that mean time travel? Does that mean multiverse shenanigans? And now here's where the rumors got crazy. James Marsden, Cyclops, Famke Janssen, Jean Grey, Halle Berry, Storm, Anna Paquin, Rogue, Kelsey Grammer, or Nicholas Hoult, Beast. I don't know which one. Channing Tatum actually becoming Gambit finally after all the rumors of the Gambit movie. Also, Professor X and Magneto, Patrick Stewart, Ian McKellen, also and rumored to come back. And Ben Affleck's Daredevil, I said, Elektra's confirmed. And they even have like Fantastic Four on this list: Old Man Logan, X-23, the Illuminati, Doctor Strange, Scarlet Witch. What do you think is happening? Are they going to be? Is your theory that they're doing a certain storyline or a certain multiverse storyline?
Yeah, the rumor that I've seen on the net that makes the most sense is that Deadpool kills the MCU.
Deadpool kills the MCU. It's kind of, I have that. I read some of that, and it's kind of an Elseworlds tale where
Or
Deadpool,
it's Deadpool kills the Marvel universe.
the Marvel universe,
right? Yeah.
he literally goes around just murdering every superhero, every Marvel.
I think that's what they're going to do, and they're going to have him jump around all these different Fox, MCU universes and just fuck around and kill a lot of shit.
So
and just have it be kind of be like a joke, and then he ends up here.
That would be wild. I mean, they got Spider-Man on this list also. That would be crazy. Now, we saw them do a quick cameo in Deadpool 2 of the old X-Men cast. Remember, they were like in a room and he walked by. And they were just standing there. Like Evan Peters and Beast was there. You probably don't remember that either.
No, I don't remember. Deadpool 2, for whatever reason, I don't remember much.
Brolin as Cable. I don't know where Zazie Beetz is as Domino. I don't know if they're coming back. But Josh Brolin and Domino, that was kind of fun. You don't remember?
I do remember Josh Brolin. I like that.
Okay, so here's the thing. If they're going to do that, if they're going to do multiverse shenanigans on the Deadpool level, it's R-rated. For me, this could go one of either two ways. One, they nail it. It's raunchy. It's R-rated. It's a lot of fun. They finally use these multiverse cameos well, and it's, it enhances the story. Or two, part of me is almost fucking burnt out on them driving this thing into the ground, and this thing being multiverse stories. How many movies already have we seen from multiple studios featuring multiverse?
No, you're absolutely right. There's a lot of times life is binary.
It's just this or that.
And sometimes life isn't binary.
Yeah.
But in this situation, I think it's pretty binary. Either this is going to be fucking awesome, and it's just going to be so fun, and it's going to be a fun twist on, hey, we acknowledge, and if they do something where they acknowledge, hey, this multiverse stuff is getting a little silly, and Deadpool's just shooting everyone in the head, that'd be kind of funny.
Yeah.
But it also, if they don't do this right, we've seen a bunch of multiverse movies now, and by a bunch I mean 2 or 3.
There's like 5 or 6, really.
Yeah, and we're not.
The last one wasn't great.
No, the last one wasn't great, and it could go horribly wrong. So we'll just have to wait and see. I like the idea. I like the idea of, hey, let's bring these characters back, but let's like not bring them. Like let's kill them.
See,
I think that could be kind of funny.
They kind of do that in Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness. Hey, we're giving you these cameos, but we're going to kill them, which seems kind of odd for that movie.
Yeah, but that movie played it straight. I think this movie is going to play it for a joke.
That's the thing. If Sean Levy and I think Reese and Paul Wernick are writing, and Ryan Reynolds can really make this irreverent and hard R and make fun of it, play it for a joke, it could actually work. But I think a lot of people are getting burnt out on this multiverse shit already. I mean, there's still more coming.
Well, here's the thing. After Wednesday, this movie might just halt production.
That's true. Someone else put on Twitter, which is a great comment, like, do you think they're actually filming the words on the script on this production? Like, I highly doubt it, knowing Ryan Reynolds. There's no way. Say
that again?
Do you think they're actually filming the words in the script? Meaning, he is not ad-libbing because he can't, because that would violate the writer's strike. He can't write anything. And for him to just go through and film what it is on the page, and to be like, I have 7 other jokes that are better than this, and I can't use them. I wonder what that's like. Or he's just going to fucking do it. No, he's going to know. Someone would out him, I guess.
I don't know how you even police that.
I don't know how you would enforce that. But this movie is shaping up to be either fucking fantastic or a hot mess. I don't know which way it's going to go. It will be the first R-rated like MCU movie. So that's interesting. Listener, let us know if you're excited for Hugh Jackman in the yellow suit. Join the conversation. Join our Facebook group. It's called Jock and Nerd Nation. Jock and Nerd. It is. Wow, nailed it on that one. It is a exclusive closed group just for you, all of our listeners. We're in there. It's a lot of fun. Look for, if you join now, a spoiler thread going up. Should be up by the time you hear this, for Mission Impossible 7 that comes out this week. So if you go see the movie and want to talk about it, spoil it, that's the place to go. Speaking of MI7, Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1, Anthony, that's coming out this week. How geeked are you?
Geek boner.
For that. What's your excitement?
I've never been a huge Mission Impossible guy, but I will say, given the fact that we've gone on a 40-year run through action movies, and the last Mission Impossible was pretty damn good. Fallout, top 4 in our tournament. Go check that episode out.
Yeah.
I will say I'm intrigued to watch this movie because of all the work we've done in behind the scenes to get to this point where now I'm just appreciating all the damn action movies.
And this is has become, wasn't always, it's become an amazing, solid action franchise. First reviews and reactions are out. Some people calling it the greatest action movie of all time. But everyone's saying it's really good. On Rotten Tomatoes right now, 185 reviews. It's sitting at 98%.
Oh, shit.
This gives Tom Cruise the highest Rotten Tomatoes score he's ever had to date.
Damn.
Yeah.
He's just killing it.
He's fucking killing it after doing Top Gun Maverick last year, 2 years, ruling that. There are featurettes. They're marketing this thing hard. There's so many featurettes about every action scene. There is, I put a link in here. I'll put it in the show notes. There is a 9-minute supercut of Tom Cruise, every running scene in all the Mission Impossible movies since 1996. By the way, this franchise has been going since 1996.
Wow.
How crazy is that? Look at this. I've said time and time again, these movies get better and better. Here is the ranking of Mission Impossible movies according to Rotten Tomatoes. At number 1 right now is Dead Reckoning at 98%. Number 2, Fallout, 97%. Number 3, Mission Impossible Rogue Nation, 94%. Number 4, Ghost Protocol at 93%. Number 5, Big Jump, Mission Impossible 3, 71%. Mission Impossible, the original at number 6, 66%. And the lowest is Mission Impossible 2 at 56%. But this is a franchise that goes from 56% to 98%. And each of the ratings get higher and higher. I have no doubt this is going to be a fucking banger of a movie. Caution, it is 2 hours and 43 minutes long.
Oh, shit.
So we are in the age of war movies.
I'm seeing it that Thursday, so I will be in the theater looking to see if what Tom Cruise does next to kill himself.
Apparently there's a lot of things. This movie also is coming out midweek, Wednesday. This Wednesday, the day this show posts, meaning it's actually coming out Tuesday, July 11th.
Oh, really?
So, yeah. So it may be, it's going to have, I don't know how you count that box office. That's like a 5-day box office run up to the weekend, which is weird. It's a rare movie in the summer coming out on Wednesday. So, yeah, I'm going to definitely catch it probably Thursday, Friday. I can't wait to see.
I totally thought Thursday was the opening night.
Oh, opening night's actually Tuesday night. You could actually see it tomorrow from the one we're recording.
Wow.
There's actually fan screenings going on today and tomorrow. Like they're kind of doing the same thing The Flash did, but the word and the hype for this one, I think it's going to be a good ride. Everyone's saying that final train scene is amazing and worth the price of admission. So
we should have waited till this movie was over before doing the tournament.
You know what? I believe I said that at some point when we were coming. This and Extraction 2 would have definitely been added. So we'll talk about if Fallout made it to the top 4, this movie might have went even farther. But we planned a date. We had to do the tournament. Things happen.
We had to set an arbitrary date, and we set it for after John Wick 4 came out.
Yes, and I knew this was coming out, and this would have, whatever. We'll redo the whole thing again. No, we won't. Well, we'll count it in the next 20 years of action movies when we regroup. All right. All right, let's go from one guy, Chris McQuarrie, who makes great action movies, to another guy that you may forget actually makes pretty decent action movies. That is one Ridley Scott. Old Ridley Scott. How old is he? I think he's in the 70s.
107? No,
he's 107. Would you consider him an action movie director?
Ooh, that's a damn good question.
Because, look, he's got a couple action movies under his belt.
Let me pull up his filmography just real quick.
While you do that, the reason I bring up Ridley Scott is he's got a new trailer for his latest historical war epic, Napoleon.
I would not consider him an action movie director now.
Okay. Glad he.
I think he putting him in the action movie box. I think it's a fun box, but I don't think it's what really encapsulates what he does.
If you look at like Blade Runner, The Martian, Thelma and Louise, there's action in it, but they're just more his stuff. I mean, Wikipedia is saying right here his stuff is mostly science fiction, crime, or historical dramas. Yeah. Or historical epic. Yes, he's great at this.
And his work is known for its atmospheric and highly concentrated visual style.
Well, look, the only reason I ask you that is watching this trailer of Napoleon that features giant batshit battle scenes and naval warfare and fucking Napoleon fucking cannonballing the pyramids for some reason. What the fuck? What did you think? Also in this, Vanessa Kirby, who we're going to see in Mission Impossible 7. She's playing his wife. What's her name? Josephine.
Well, he had a lot of wives.
Well, she's playing Empress Josephine.
Gotcha.
What did you think of this trailer? It just dropped today.
I did watch it. I will say that I am normally not a fan of historic war dramas. Action war, whatever you want to call them. Those historic. And he's done a few of them. He's done Gladiator. He's done Robin Hood. He's done The Last Duel. It's kind of like that.
Yep.
So he likes this genre.
Yeah.
Is Exodus Gods and Kings also one? Yeah, kind of. Yeah. So these are all these like biblical or like historic war dramas. Don't normally like those kinds of movies. There's a few that I do like, but more often than not, I'm not a fan. This looks good though.
Yeah, right.
It looks pretty epic. The battle scenes on the fields and the one where they're trapped on the ice and all that stuff looks really good.
Oh, that scene is great where he lures them onto ice and it's a trap and then cannonballs the ice to drop. I was like, oh shit, Napoleon.
Yeah. I mean, that looks good. Will I watch it? I don't know. Looks like it's about 2 hours and 40 minutes.
Oh, every movie is fucking 2 and 3 hours long now.
And Ridley Scott is, don't get me wrong, he's one of the all-time directors, but he's also sometimes pretty hit or miss for me on movies that he makes. Sometimes I like his shit. Sometimes I do not. I don't know. What do you think?
There's some impressive fucking cinematography in this and large scale cast. And I do love. It looks like the movie Amadeus, but just with more killing and battles, which is about both sides. But it was the same. Like it reminds me of that same period. The thing with the pyramids got me. Did that happen? Did he fucking cannonball the pyramids? What are you doing, Napoleon? What kind of an asshole shoots at pyramid? The Egyptian
I think his empire lasted pretty far into almost to the Middle East. So it's not implausible. I mean, I didn't know that he got to the pyramids.
I didn't know that either. And you see him kind of take the throne by force. And no, this looks fucking dope. I love Joaquin Phoenix in this role. I think he's gonna do really good. This comes out in November. It's an Apple TV movie, and probably I don't know if it's in the theaters and Apple TV Plus. But Ridley Scott still kind of not making great alien movies, but he's making other great movies. But The Last Duel really bombed for him, which is surprising. So
wasn't he all pissed off about that?
Yeah,
said movies were dying and shit.
That's because nobody watched The Last Duel. That could be. I love these historical epics. You learn stuff because you learn shit. Right? If it's accurate.
Yeah. So say that to the people that criticize, what's that movie with Mel Gibson?
Oh, The Patriot?
No, The Patriot also.
Passion of Christ, Apocalypto.
No. The one in Scotland. Braveheart. Yeah, everyone fucking hates on Braveheart because how inaccurate it is.
Yeah.
So you don't really learn. You think you learn whatever the director thinks he wants you to learn?
That's true.
What's your favorite historical epic?
Oh, man.
Either based on a true story or just historical. Mine's got to be, I think Gladiator's mine.
Gladiator's up there. Braveheart's up there. It gives you
Braveheart.
It gives you action and like history.
I don't like Braveheart as much as I like Gladiator.
I'll tell you, watching Apocalypto, I would put that up there as like a historical.
Yeah, that's a weird one.
That's a good one.
Is it the what do you consider historical?
That's
before
a good question. Does it have to be? Yeah, I would say 18th century and before, 19th century and before.
Yeah, 19th century would be the 1800s, so yeah.
Oh, 19th century and before.
Because then movies like Saving Private Ryan's not a historical epic, it's just a war movie.
Oh, it's a war movie. But this also looks like a war movie mixed with a character study of Napoleon.
No, but it's a historic. Yeah, it is a war movie, but it's a historic war movie.
Was Troy any good? It was all right.
I didn't see Troy.
Yeah.
I thought you liked these kinds of movies. What's the point? You don't have any. You don't have any favorites.
No, I mean, I'm looking at a list now. Fuck, All Quiet on the Western Front doesn't count, but it is a great historical war epic or historical epic. Gandhi, does that count?
No, that's we just established that was
I was
before.
wrong. It doesn't. I don't know. It doesn't have to be that.
Oh man,
I don't know. I love them all. Glory, that doesn't count. Anything with cannons and swords. Anyways.
All right.
We'll go see. I'm going to go see.
That went well.
I don't know. They're all great. Last Samurai with Tom Cruise? No.
Sort of, yeah. I mean, that's a historic movie.
I don't know if that's good.
13 Assassins.
I would count 13 Assassins. That's it's a historical movie.
Sort of, yeah.
Yeah, it's old, based on old war. Anyways, I wanted to finish up this news with some box office
What are we
news.
watching? Oh, wait, no.
No, not yet.
Shit.
Not yet. We'll get there. Oh, I got a bunch for that. No, box office updates. This year in the box office has been very interesting. If you look at the top domestic grossers for this year and the top international grossing movies for this year, you'll notice a couple of things, right? Number one, first of all, spoiler, number one on both of those lists is, guess which movie? The Super Mario Brothers movie. Isn't that crazy?
Oh, wow.
It's made over $500,000 domestically, of $1.3 billion international. That's the biggest movie of the year. Just recently, I thought this was interesting. Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse just passed Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 domestics total. Across the Spider-Verse, $357.6 million. Guardians, $357.5 million. That's crazy. Last week we talked about Indiana Jones 5. This movie's not doing well. In its second week, it loses the top spot to a horror movie from Sony, Insidious, Red Door. Knocks it out of the top spot.
That's not good.
That's not good. For this movie cost them $300 million to make. It was supposed to make Disney a lot of money. It's second week drop 58%. It's the biggest second week drop in the franchise history for Indiana Jones. So
not good.
That's not good. That's going to be a commercial failure. The biggest not good is I've seen this headline in multiple websites claiming The Flash now has become the biggest superhero box office failure of all time.
Oh, shit.
It's only in its fourth week. It has made a total internationally, worldwide, $262 million. Domestic, it's sitting at $105 million. This movie cost them, now I'm reading, it cost them about $450 million to make, with a $200 million budget for marketing and advertising. Warner Brothers said they're going to be minus $200 million. They're going to lose $200 million on this movie. And that beats out the last two losing bombs that Warner Brothers just had. Shazam 2 is going to cost them $150 million. Black Adam, they are minus $100 million.
Fuck.
3 fucking Warner Brothers DC bombs in a row. In fact, this movie bombed so hard, it is rumored to be coming out on digital like next week.
Well, yeah, because they just gotta
fucking move it along.
They gotta get it out there, and then they gotta see if people buy it, and yeah, it's not good.
July
That's
18th, right? Isn't that?
Marvel. DC is really going down the shitter. I don't know. I really am concerned about if James Gunn is coming in too late.
It might be too late. It might be too little too late. I think, though, the movies overall, it's not just them. Like Indy 5 had a hard time. Elemental from Pixar had a hard time. So, look, domestically, top 5 right now is Super Mario Brothers movie, Across the Spider-Verse, Guardians 3, Little Mermaid, Avatar, top 5. International top 5, Super Mario Brothers movie, Guardians 3, Fast X, Across the Spider-Verse, The Little Mermaid.
Yeah, I mean, the movie, the box office in general is not good, as you just said.
Yeah, what is happening? You think time has passed, people are coming out there. Is it there's too much coming out at once after like stuff got delayed? We knew last year, looking at this year, that this year was going to be packed. It might be too much.
Yeah, I don't know what's the American box office is it's kind of frightening what's going on here. I don't know what to make of it, but people aren't going out and seeing a shit ton of people are going and seeing movies, but they're only seeing like 5 or 6 a year.
Yeah.
If that.
Even though
they're going and seeing a few, but they're not seeing, there's not a good, consistent movie-going crowd. Or maybe the movie-going crowd's just like, we're fucking tired of all this shit out.
I mean, it might be oversaturation because like what we have Mission Impossible coming out middle of this week. Next week, the double hit is here. Barbie, Oppenheimer. Do you think either of those cracks $100 million opening weekend domestically? Oppenheimer is the 3 fucking hours long.
No.
Barbie is not, but it's Barbie. Oppenheimer, and both early reactions for Barbie are out. I hear it's fantastic. People are loving it. And I also heard Oppenheimer is fucking amazing.
Wow. I'm pumped to see both.
Right?
Well, yeah, I don't know. I don't know if either releasing them both at the same time, although I would assume it's different audiences.
Different audiences, but that is crazy.
I just don't think there's a lot of people seeing movies. There clearly just isn't.
Because you could stay home, you can watch Extraction 2. There's so many things to watch at home.
I think there's just so much more competition for people's dollar.
Yeah. That
movies, I don't know. I think it's not good. I don't know. I was gonna say I think movie theaters are dying, but that's been a thing that's been said for a while.
Yeah.
I don't know what to make of it. I just these movies aren't getting a lot of money.
The other thing,
a lot of movies are losing money.
And they're spending too much on the fucking movies. You don't need to make a $300 million Indiana Jones movie. What are you doing? I mean, part of that maybe
we
COVID.
We didn't need an Indiana Jones movie.
You didn't. You really didn't need a.
We needed a better Flash movie than what we got. Yeah. Fast X. Although, what's weird about Fast X is it's made only 145 here, but it's made almost 500. It's almost made 600 million internationally. So it's still making a shit ton of money.
Yeah, they love that internationally, which is usually what those movies do better internationally than domestically.
I'm looking at Marvel's numbers, and they're the only ones that are still somewhat healthy. I mean, their numbers aren't as high as it used to be, but you look at the last few.
Yeah.
Just real quick. Guardians
is at 841.
Yeah, almost 841
million worldwide.
Ant-Man was 460. That was considered a disappointment, but still, I mean, it's 460.
Yeah, that's
What's
not
the
bad.
Flash at right now?
Yeah. No, Flash is not going to crack $300 million. Indiana Jones probably won't crack $300 million. It's crazy. Right. It's crazy.
And that was considered a disappointment.
Yeah.
Black Panther Wakanda Forever was 850 total. Thor, Love and Thunder, considered a not great movie, 760.
See?
Doctor Strange, 950. Spider-Man No Way Home, 1.9. And then the stuff before that, Eternals was 400 million. Shang-Chi was 430. But that was
pandemic era too.
Yeah, that was like post-pandemic, kind of like a weird time.
But they're still hitting 6 to 8 plus.
Yeah, they're still consistently, other than Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania, they're still 750 or above.
And poor fucking DC can't fucking string anything.
And I'm assuming they're probably pouring in, because these movies have usually right now are hovering around a budget of 200 to 250.
Yes,
you factor in
easily
marketing, so that's usually double. Yeah. So it's like 400 or 500. They're still freaking making a profit on all these movies. They're still hand over fist making a profit. Even Ant-Man, if they doubled their market, if the marketing was 200, they still made about $60 million, which is, not the best, but they still fucking made money.
Guardians is the only strong one right now, and same thing across the Spider-Verse domestically. Here's the other thing I noticed. Ever since, remember during the pandemic, they were like, we're going to shorten the theatrical release window to 45 days before we put it on streaming and shit. And I noticed the last few months, or like since last year, these movies are hitting the streaming services really quickly.
Real quick.
Some 45 days. One movie, it came out like 17 days later. It was on fucking streaming. So that is an interesting strategy. So that also, I think, why would you go to the theater when you could just wait literally like 3 weeks and just fucking watch it at home?
Yeah.
It makes a difference. That changes people's habits when you change that theatrical window. That's interesting. So yeah, the whole box office this year is very, very interesting. I thought it would be a lot better with the amount of shit that's come out. I thought it would be a lot better. And it's struggling. It's crazy.
Crazy. This is crazy.
This is crazy.
This is crazy. This is crazy.
Yeah, I don't know what to make of it. It's
go out and see movies, listener. That's the thing.
Go see movies.
Next weekend, go see both Barbie and Oppenheimer. Double it, or pay for one ticket. Barbieheimer. Oppenheimer. Go watch Oppenheimer and eat some Arby's while you're doing it. And you know what? Maybe don't sneak into the second. Buy tickets for both of them. Because you could just buy tickets for one and go to the other one. Do a double feature. Go see both movies. Support the industry. McQuarrie,
tell a friend.
Tom Cruise and Christopher McQuarrie posted this thing where they were standing in front of movie posters for both Barbie and Oppenheimer with the movie tickets for both movies. And Tom Cruise was like, look, it's great. Go see both of them. Go see these movies, trying to hype up his movie. God, I love movies. He's crazy. It's great. Can't wait.
This is crazy.
It's crazy. All right, let's take a quick break here, play some promos. And we're going to take it way back to the 80s. And
we're going to take a way back.
Review an amazing foreign action movie right after this.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
What's up? This is Brian, and I'm the host of Citizens of Pawnee, a Parks and Recreation podcast. That's right, a podcast dedicated to my favorite TV show, Parks and Rec. Every week I discuss my favorite things about the show, which include character breakdowns, episode rewatches, and other random facts and tidbits about the show. You can find me on Instagram at Citizens of Pawnee Podcast and listen wherever you get your podcast now. You will literally love it.
Forgive the interruption, but I believe this requires your attention.
If you ever believed Captain America was on the U.S. Olympic soccer team,
if you ever thought that the Winter Soldier was that brace yourselves guy on the internet,
and if you ever wondered just what would a raccoon do with a machine gun,
then don't let another week pass you by without tuning into
Mighty Marvel Geeks.
Mighty Marvel Geeks is your show about all things Marvel.
With news, rumors, commentary, and interviews.
As well as our weekly recommendations on what to pick up on New Comic Book Day.
Official consulting hours are between 8 and 5 every other Thursday.
That's Mighty Marvel Geeks on WeebieGeeks.net, iTunes, Stitcher, Google Play, and anywhere else you listen to podcasts.
Jock and Nerd.
Listener, if you've been enjoying the show, it's a great time to give back and join our Patreon fan club. Visit jockandnerd.com/Patreon. Jock and Nerd. And you can support us monetarily, monthly, annually, and you get stuff. There's access to an exclusive podcast feed where there's bonus content, instant reactions. The shows come out early. Fun stuff over there. You get access to our Discord hangout, our monthly geek out every once a month. We'll hang out on Discord and just shoot the shit and go over news, and I get to hear from you guys. It's a lot of fun. This month's Discord I have scheduled for Thursday, July 20th, 8 p.m. It is the Thursday before Barbie and Oppenheimer come out. So, you may be busy.
I'm going to be busy. I'm
You're
going to be watching Oppenheimer.
You watch it on Friday.
Guys.
I'll watch it on Friday. You watch it on the Thursday. I was either going to do that or push it back to the next week. It may change. And there's also a You Pick It tier where you could pick any movie for us to watch and review. All that stuff is a lot of fun. If it sounds like fun to you, you should sign up. jockandnerd.com/Patreon. Go there. Do it. Okay, let's get to this week's review. We are taking a look back at one of an amazing action movie that should have been in the 80s action movie tournament. Of course, I am talking about Jackie Chan in Police Story from 1985. Here's your spoiler alerts.
Strap yourselves in, you fucks. Spoiler time.
Also, Rug Boy, don't be mad. We're reviewing this without you. It's just how it should go.
Or John Bellotti Jr.
Or Bellotti.
I will make a nice little tease, though.
Oh, okay.
There are talks, and I think potential plans.
We're going on strike? Oh, no, that's something.
No, we're not. Well, no, we get what we want.
We're
from
in
the
talks.
movies,
That's right.
Yeah, we're in talks right now to potentially do a best of the last 40 years tournament using the results from the last 3 tournaments.
Yeah, and
plus potentially including, because the foreign films didn't get any love in the 80s or 90s.
Yeah.
2 foreign films from the 80s, 2 foreign films from the 90s, creating a 16-team tournament.
Ooh.
And I would say this movie has a very strong likelihood of making that best of tournament. So
holy shit.
There you go.
I love that idea. I mean, would this be where we could add Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning? That wouldn't make any sense, would it?
No. Probably not add Dead Reckoning, but
I see where you're going with it, because we just stuck to American movies for the 80s and 90s, and man, there's a lot out there. This movie in particular,
I've already got it plotted out where it'd be 4 mini pods, one in the 80s, one 90s, 21st century in the foreign, and you'd have 1 film from each in each pod, so you'd have 4 mini tournaments, including 1 movie from each.
Okay.
And then going from there. So you would guarantee in the first and second round that it's completely fresh matchups.
Oh, I like this. I think I understood
it'd
what
be
you said.
like you don't know what the fuck this means, but it'd be World Cup pool play amongst the 4 tournaments. Okay. 4 pots, and then we'd get down to a Final Four, and then
you want soccer references then?
We're doing it. It'd be
shit.
World Cup, baby. It'd be the World Cup
of
movies.
I watched Ted Lasso. I know what it's about.
Oh, okay.
I watched Welcome to Wrexham. That's great. Anyways,
welcome to your rectum.
well,
What?
doctor said rectum. It nearly killed him. No, we're not talking about soccer. We're talking about Police Story. Police Story is the first of 7 Police Story movies. This is a legit Jackie Chan franchise. It consists of 3 sequels, 1 spin-off, and 2 reboots of the Police Story, which is wild, going all the way into the 2000s. On Rotten Tomatoes, this movie is sitting at, it only has 28 reviews. 93%, though. 7.5 out of 10. 88% audience score. It made only $18 million when it came out worldwide, internationally. I think it did have a short run here. And this is a movie that is written, directed, stunt coordinated, starring, and he sang the theme song, people. Yes, Jackie Chan performing all of those duties on Police Story. Did you know he sang the fucking theme vocals?
No, I had no idea.
Yeah, it says it in the credits, too. It says theme song sung by Jackie Chan. I was like, what? What? So Jackie Chan and a bunch of other Chinese people. Maggie Chung, who we saw in Hero. And then some other names. I'm not going to read the back of their names.
Try. No, don't do it. Don't do it.
You got Brigitte Lin, Yoon Chor, Ken Tong, Bill Tung, Chi Wing Lao. Lots of names like that. Charlie Cho. You know any of these people? No, nobody knows. Doesn't matter. What matters is you know that Jackie Chan did all of those things. Wrote, direct, stunt coordinated, starred, and sung the fucking song. And it's a nice, tight 100 minutes runtime, which is great because what are we talking about now? Fucking 3-hour movies, every one. What are you doing? What is happening? Give me a nice 100-minute movie. I'm a happy guy. Anthony, had you seen Police Story before?
Never seen Police Story.
Me neither, but I've heard about this movie. And, of course, we've all heard about the tales of Jackie Chan on set, doing his stunts, getting hurt. So, what happens in the first Police Story movie of the franchise?
Oh, this movie is about a sting on a crime lord, I guess, in Hong Kong. And the sting goes wrong. And Jackie Chan is playing a policeman who's a part of this sting. He is able to capture the lead guy, but they need evidence. And he's got to protect the lead witness, who happens to be the crime boss's secretary.
Yes.
And this movie is about him protecting this witness so she gets to trial and can put this guy down.
It wasn't his girlfriend? I thought it was his girlfriend.
No, that's not his girlfriend.
His
girlfriend's in the movie, though.
Oh, it was his secretary. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, protecting a witness, chasing mobsters. And first time watching, both of us, what did you think in 2023 of 1985 Jackie Chan? And probably his peak form there.
Yeah, this is one of his one of his most popular movies ever, I think. I think he, prior to this, was trying to do some stuff. I watched something on Joe Blow movies.
Yep.
Did you see that?
Yeah, I read the article. I think it's in the same video.
Yeah, and he was trying to break into Hollywood, and he just wasn't happy with the way he was being casted and not being allowed to do fight scenes the way he would normally do them. So he came back. Yeah. Go ahead.
No, what's weird is before this, the movie that failed getting into American audiences, it was a movie called The Protector, but it wasn't about finding his elephant. It was with Danny Aiello and James Glickenhaus directed. And that was supposed to be his entry into the American film market, and it was a disappointing experience overall. So then, what does he do? He takes control. He's like, I'm going to fucking write it. I'm going to direct it. I'm going to do everything to do how I want it.
So he gets over and does Police Story, and it's pretty damn good. I mean, even to this day, it's pretty good. I always knew that Jackie, and I've seen some Jackie Chan stuff. I didn't get into Jackie Chan until the 90s, but I mean, the stunt work he's doing, the fact that it's he kind of effortlessly blends in comedy with a little bit more serious stuff. It's just different. You don't see a lot of movies like this where it's this balls to walls action, but then also comedy, but then also the way it's structured. They have a courtroom scene in the middle of the movie.
Yeah, there's slapstick shit going on.
Yeah, there's the courtroom scene and
The
then
whole
him
courtroom
being
scene.
framed is
Yeah.
like
Then he gets
in
serious.
the last act of the movie. So it's like the movie completely shifts from him protecting this girl to him having to clear his name.
And he gets
like
all
that's
serious.
almost two different movie concepts in one.
Yeah, that's a good point. He mishes it together. The first half has multiple pie in the face jokes, right? That's the
Right.
kind of tone. And then by the end of it, he's fucking yelling at them. He's serious. He ain't taking no shit. I was like, whoa, this is quite a turn. But I tell you what, this movie is fucking fantastic. We talk about Tom Cruise being a crazy person, a madman doing his own stunts. You forget that he learned it from Jackie Chan. This
Yeah,
man
absolutely.
is fucking a madman. You see him do all these things. Not only is the action great, like you said, this comedy, there's something about him. He's so charming and he has such a screen presence. He pulls you right in. Even the telephone scene with the multiple phones, that's just like a Three Stooges bit, is hilarious. The way he pulls it off. He's so smooth. He's doing stunts in that. But like,
and he's kicking the phone over and then
he's flipping the pencil and catching it. And he's twisted around.
Well, I went in that scene. I wrote down that one lady calls in and she says she's been raped.
Yes.
I don't mean to laugh.
Yeah.
But they play it as a joke because he's like, "Oh, sorry, let me get this call. Oh, sorry." And then he's eating at the end. It ends with him eating the ramen that he's been cooking with pencils, and he swallows an eraser.
Yes, he uses the two pencils as chopsticks. That call, that's not the disturbing part of the call. If you notice, the disturbing part is right before that. A lady calls that says, "My husband is beating me," but that's not important as the rape. He puts her on hold to go talk to the rape lady, and she's like, "I was raped a year ago." When this lady's getting beat by her husband presently, was on hold. And then the third, someone lost their cow on the third call. It's all very funny. But
it's very slapsticky.
Yeah.
But then you see him doing real stunts. You know, I mean, the movie starts out and there's him, the iconic one of him hanging off a bus with an umbrella.
Oh, it's great.
But then the other one is that I didn't know was in this movie is those fucking cars. They just send them straight downhill.
Okay.
Through like a shanty town.
Yeah, we're going to go over all of this because this movie actually very influential. There are scenes, a bunch of scenes that we have seen in modern action movies. So what Jackie Chan is doing is you take Buster Keaton and Charlie Chaplin and you turn them into action stars. And you have fucking Jackie Chan. His timing is impeccable. His athleticism. This movie is so 80s in a very good way. It's got all the 80s tropes. And the other thing I love is you see him fight multiple dudes at once. None of this one at a time shit.
No.
He will fucking take on a group of people and you see the choreography and how he's getting all of them. It's amazing.
And you see, I don't know if this is the beginning of it, but you see the end, what epitomizes his style where it's him fighting a bunch of people. Sometimes it's comedy, but then sometimes he's legit fighting them.
Yeah.
And he's doing his own stunts, but he's using his environment to his advantage.
Yeah, he's
he's picking up something here. He's kicking someone into glass. Yeah. He's getting kicked in the glass.
Oh, there's so much broken glass in this movie.
Yeah.
All like the John Wick movie.
You know, and we'll get into the climax at the end because that is an all-timer.
Oh, my God. Yeah, oh, my God. When I read about the shit that happened, just wait. So, fantastic. And the minute it ended, I was like, this should have been in a fucking 80s fucking action tournament. But we had Rush Hour in the 90s, so I'm surprised it's taken this long in our journey through action movies to talk about a full-on.
Well, he didn't really make his breakthrough in the U.S. until Rumble in the Bronx.
Oh, right.
That was the first movie that actually got some success here, and then that's what got him into Rush Hour. But by the time he does Rush Hour, I mean he's a 45-year-old man.
Yeah, and that's not really that's like a Chris Tucker Jackie Chan movie. This is a Jackie Chan.
Oh yeah, this is a Jackie Chan movie to the max. I have to admit, I always knew that Jackie Chan was funny, but I always thought his stuff was a little slapsticky.
Yeah.
As a kid. I enjoyed Rush Hour, but this one, I was freaking laughing.
Yeah.
I was cracking up when he brings home the girl, the witness.
This is a sitcom setup.
He gets it's a whole total sitcom.
Yeah.
And the girlfriend's there surprising him. She's all confused. Yeah. And then she comes back to forgive him. He's in the bathroom talking shit about her.
You do get the 80s necessary ass shot for all action stars.
Oh, yeah.
You get that when he's taking a shower.
He gets to show his ass too.
Yeah, he showed his ass.
And then prior to that, they do a scene where I was like a little thrown off at first. I didn't know what was going on. I didn't realize he was in cahoots with the guy. But they do a scene where it's almost like serial killer.
Yeah,
Halloween.
but it's like a joke because it's his
But then
buddy.
it turns into a joke.
Yeah, it's so silly. But she knocks him out for real, and he's like, "Don't
She hits him in the head twice, and he has to like dance with a limp body and make sure he's still fighting.
I mean, am I watching a Three Stooges fucking short here? But it's great. Like the meshing of these tones, the balance, it works for some reason because he is so charismatic and just so funny.
It works very well, and then in the end, it almost takes this. Once he gets framed, it takes a really hard turn where it goes. No more jokes. One of the police officers that he gets killed, shot like point blank in the chest. He's framed for it, and then he's just staking these guys out at the mall, and it just goes into this. I mean, even to this day, in a wild action scene.
Wait, we'll get to that. Let's start at the beginning because right away you get this great scene where they're all undercover in this it's like favelas in South America, but a shanty town in Hong Kong on the side of a mountain, right? And it's a great shootout scene. And then you have, and this is all practical. That's the other thing you got to remember. There's no CGI in this. They are driving cars down the hill through people's fucking shacks. Explosions are going off.
But before that, and that scene is great. But before that, it is kind of the setup is very serious. Like the music's like, and you see all like the players, and then there's this guy on the mission in the Sting that's peeing his pants. But they don't play it for jokes. They play it really serious. That he's just very traumatized by this whole incident.
Well, he shoots the guy and then pisses his pants, but his hands are shaking. He's not prepared to be there at all. Like it must have been his first fucking day on the job or something.
Yeah. So then you have this scene where Jackie Chan is chasing the bad guy, and the bad guy rolls down the hill in the car through a shantytown, and Jackie Chan follows him.
He gets
down
in
the
his
hill.
car. He's like, I'm going to do this too.
In this scene, Michael Bay Michael Bay copies scene for scene in Bad Boys 2.
Shit. That's what it reminded me of. I was like, wait, I've seen this somewhere. It was absolutely.
But they fucking did that.
Yeah.
They fucking sent these cars down a hill.
That is all. Yes, that's all. And the last shot, you see Jackie Chan drive the car down the hill and get out. Like he's driving the fucking car. That wasn't a stunt driver. And this, of course, all great Jackie Chan movies have credit scene with the bloopers, and one of the bloopers you see that I think his car flipped. Somebody's car flipped.
Oh, yeah. I mean, he's just getting himself. He's breaking bones. That was one of the things I read, or either saw or read, that was a reason why he couldn't get over here is because he's the lead guy, but he was also doing his own stunts.
Yeah.
The insurance numbers on insuring him were so astronomical that it was like, no, we're not having our lead guy come here and then also do his own stuff.
So I wonder how Tom Cruise deals with this. Does he like insure himself, or does he say, fuck that, I don't even get the insurance? But the production company needs insurance. I don't know what kind of fucking policy they have on the Tom Cruise, because that man is putting himself in danger. Another Tom Cruise
Jackie
thing,
Chan is the pioneer of putting yourself in.
Another thing Tom Cruise stole from Jackie Chan is a great runner. I really appreciate when he runs, he's booking it just like Tom Cruise. Tom Cruise stole all this shit from Jackie Chan. I'm convinced now. So then that leads.
Except he's not nearly as nimble in fighting like
no,
Jackie
he
Chan
can't
was.
do all the athletic stuff, which is the one thing Jackie's got on top of everybody. So that chase actually leads to the bus scene where the guy gets away, gets on a bus, and then production note was Jackie Chan needed to use a metal umbrella because the wooden one kept fucking breaking, or he kept slipping. But again, he is hanging off the back of this bus, being dragged. His feet are on the ground, dragging. He's hanging off this thing on the.
When he's hanging and then he's going through the cars and he has to sit up so he doesn't hit himself. That's really happening.
But also, how Charlie Chaplin is that? He's like running on top of the hoods and lifting his leg. Like it's funny and also thrilling. And it's really him at the same time. And then the end of the bus scene is another thing we have seen in another 80s action movie. The bus comes to a screeching halt as he pulls out a gun, fires in the air, and 3 dudes come flying out the front of the bus and hit the ground. And
so they really,
these are real people.
Really fly out.
Yes, these are real people, real stuntmen hitting the concrete.
So what happens is when he stands in front of the bus and shoots the bus, basically he's playing a game of chicken with the bus driver. The bus driver hits the brake.
Yeah.
And what was supposed to happen is the 2 guys are supposed to crash through the window and the momentum was supposed to carry them into the car that Jackie Chan is standing in front of.
behind him, really?
That would have broken their fall.
Well, they were supposed to land on the fucking car.
But they were supposed to land on the car, but they didn't. They didn't create enough momentum, so they fucking landed on the concrete.
They landed right before the car, in front of the car, on the concrete. And I'm watching that, and I'm like, that's real fucking people just fell.
Yeah,
landed on his
watched
head.
it. I'm like,
he landed on his head.
There's no way they fucking faked that. How did that happen?
But these dudes landed on their heads and somehow did not die. I don't know.
How did they not break their neck?
Holy shit, it's amazing. What does that remind you of? Where have we seen this? Do you know?
That's from Tango and Cash.
Correct, Amundo.
He copies it. Stallone copies that scene for scene in the beginning.
Isn't
of the
that
movie.
crazy? How influential this movie is.
Yeah.
Then we get into that scene where, first of all, they do this thing with PR photos, which is hilarious, where he's posing on a bike and helping people, and they're staging it. It's just silly. He's going on TV. Then we get into that scene where he has his witness doesn't believe she's in danger. She's not taking it seriously, so he gets his buddy to wear a mask and pretend to attack her as he fights her, and she knocks him out for real. Comedy gold. But then they are attacked for real, and that's a great fight scene on the street.
That's a good one, but amongst all the other scenes,
it kind of gets buried.
Yeah, it gets buried.
Then we get into the sitcom bit where he brings the witness home, and the girlfriend's there, and he's talking shit, and it's all a big misunderstanding, and he's getting pies to the face. He pulls her off the moped real hard, like that. He seemed like he's being a little bit of an asshole to the girlfriend, though. Part of me thought.
Oh yeah, he's definitely a big dick.
He's
talking. He's trashing his girlfriend in front of the witness for no reason.
Keeps putting. Then we get a whole fucking court scene of him, which is interesting because it's using details from that opening bus scene we just saw in this court scene, which is kind of neat. Like it wasn't, it was all planned for a purpose. I also love this bit when he's late for court and he slides into the parking spot, the little spin move.
Oh yeah, the guy is like about to. He's like measuring his car. He's like, it's perfect spot for my car, and then the guy just slides his car in sideways.
And the guy's like, "You suck, but nice parking job." He like compliments her. It's crazy. And then we get to the covering the phones in the police station scene. Again, more physical comedy,
more like more physical. Three Stooges-esque comedy.
Great physical comedy, and that one ends with another weird line where he tells the girl who got raped is like, "Are there pills?" He's like, "I'll check." And then he thinks he's talking to her, but he's talking to his girlfriend. He goes, tell him to take 2 morning after pills. And she goes, "Tell your own mother to take morning after pills." So awkward. Oh, and then how about his e-brake not working, and he's standing there talking to his girlfriend May, just holding his car. And he makes her hold it. He's like, "Here, hold this car while I go to the phone booth."
And then they're talking, and it just rolls into the phone.
Oh my God! They almost got hit by the fucking car again. That's a real stunt. He had to jump out of the way. It ran right through the phone booth. Okay, so he's framed for murder. We talked about that, and now he's on the run. This scene.
Well, they have the scene in the courtroom where he has the tape that he's recorded, but then the assistant recorded over it and makes it sound like he was about to bang her.
Yes, everybody's laughing.
And his girlfriend's just sitting there like,
"Oh my God, why was she in the courtroom? She went to watch this. Why did you go to watch this?"
And she's still, by the end of the movie, she's still with him. Like,
but she goes,
on?
And walks and leaves the courtroom after all that. Then he's like, he's freaking out. And then he yells at them in the police station and pulls the gun on that guy. That's kind of crazy. But then when he has to save her from the gangsters, they find him. He fucking tosses her off the roof. And that lady's doing a stunt off of the pool. That was a huge leap. I thought he was going to jump too, but he doesn't. He just throws her.
Oh, yeah, he throws her off the roof into the water.
Throws her off the roof into the pool. And then the whole final scene hinges on the fact that the secretary has gone to the old-timey computer and printed out on dot matrix all of his data. And for some reason, this is important. Okay, anyways, that brings us to this amazing final mall scene where there's so much little fight scenes happening, so much in the environment used, so much breakaway glass being broken. A couple of highlights for me: him using the clothing rack as a weapon is fucking phenomenal.
That's a good scene. Brandon Lee ends up using the clothing rack.
That's another thing in Rapid Fire. Brandon Lee also uses the scene where he's on the motorcycle and he gets driven through multiple panes of glass.
Yep. Yep.
Or he drives the other guy through glass. That's also in rapid fire. So right away, we have 3 action movies that bit from this. This is how influential. I love the guy falling in between the escalators when he knocks him down. And again, these stunt people are taking these falls and these hits. They throw him over a railing where he crashes through a trellis and right into the ground below. There's no padding there. There's no padding there. Like, that's him taking that fucking fall. It's amazing. And then Anthony, what is the big final fucking scene? That almost killed him.
I mean, the guy, he's fighting these guys at the mall. He's probably about 3 to 5, maybe 5 stories up. I need to check again.
Yeah, he's pretty high up.
And the bad guy is down at the bottom of the mall, and he sees a pole with Christmas lights hanging all the way down to the bottom, and he jumps on the pole and slides down the pole. While he's sliding down, all the Christmas lights start exploding around him.
Yeah.
And by the time he gets to the bottom, he falls into like one of those random shacks random pop-up shacks that they build at malls.
Yeah, he crashes through a thing.
I mean, it's the most unbelievable stunt you'll ever fucking see.
And you know this was big deal because they show it to you 3 times.
Oh yeah, they did. They pull an Ong Bak. I guess Ong Bak is pulling a Jackie Chan.
Yes.
They show. This is the only time in the movie where they go instant replay.
Well, you know why? He probably had one shot to do this, and you could see in his face before the jump how kind of nervous he is. Like, they left it in the movie. Here's the behind the scenes of this stunt. This is wild. So apparently, those lights had been up on that pole for a while. By the time they were shooting this scene, the pole had heated. The pole had gotten hot from the lights. Jackie Chan did not know this. He does the pole slide and the stunt. He suffers 2nd-degree burns on his hands, as well as injuring a couple of vertebrae, and he dislocated his pelvis when he landed. Like, he almost paralyzed himself. I
mean, before that even happened, this fight scene is great.
Yeah.
I mean, you had mentioned how much glass he gets thrown through. He gets thrown through something like that earlier too, where he gets thrown basically off a 2-story thing through like a tree, like wooden thing. So I mean, this fight scene's already great.
Yeah.
And I mean, it becomes an all-timer when he fucking does that.
Absolutely. This is a wild stunt to think that he's actually doing
that. It's so insane that he actually did that. I cannot believe he did that,
dude. And you see in the credits, like at one point they're carting him away and a stretcher. You see him nervous. Apparently, even though he burned his fucking hands, he went to shoot scenes for a movie called Heart of the Dragon on the same fucking day. He is a badass. He's a fucking badass.
And as I mentioned earlier, this scene. By the way, before he jumps down, they're like kicking his girlfriend's ass. Which is like you would never see that.
They're kicking her down the stairs and shit. Yeah.
Yeah. But this scene, this whole 7-minute fight scene is played completely straight. It's not played for laughs. It is completely serious. And it ends in a way where, he's threatening the bad guy with a knife to the guy's throat.
Oh, yeah. He's about to kill him. Yeah.
And it actually kind of ends in a weird way because everyone, the lawyers and other cops are like, don't do it, don't do this. And it ends with him just like being so angry that he still fucking punches the bad guy, the old bad guy.
In the stomach.
He punches the fucking lawyer. And it just ends with him being all pissed off.
It ends in a freeze frame like it's an 80s fucking sitcom.
Right.
Which is wild. It ended in a freeze frame and then you get those amazing credits.
But it ends in a way that's like, you don't normally would have seen that. Like you would see the good guy kind of like, okay, I'm going to like hold off.
Do the right thing.
And this one, he's just like, he's so overcome with anger. And then it's like, that's it. It ends with him being fucking pissed off and
I'm going to kill this fucker. Yeah. Like what happened after that? Did he get away? Did he go to jail?
Usually it would end with a scene where they go to jail.
A wrap up. Yeah.
Yeah. A little wrap up. No, there's no wrap up. It's just him losing his temper, and that's it.
This thing ends in the mall where the action scene takes place. That's just like the movie's just over. Which
it literally just abruptly ends.
It's crazy, but that gives it the nice tight runtime. Right. Yeah, when he fell through the glass display, he had to be hospitalized for that. I think that's what you're talking about. So this man went to the hospital. He bleeds for his
crazy
his
fucking scene.
art.
The fact that he's burning his hands down the fucking
2nd-degree burns. Yes,
man. I can't imagine. I mean, that him sliding down that hot pole, it's got to be so goddamn painful. And he literally, the scene when he crashes down, he gets up right away.
Yeah, and he runs off. Like he hurt himself and just think about that. He didn't know. He wouldn't have known the pole was hot. He doesn't let go.
Until he gets on it. And he doesn't let go.
He continues to do the stunts.
Well, he can't let go.
No, because it'll fall.
He's going to die.
And I think I would have been worried about being electrocuted the way those lights were popping as he's sliding down.
Yeah.
But who would have thought you got fucking burned by the pole that the lights were? I didn't think about that. So yeah, that stunt, I believe, almost fucking killed him, and it's fantastic. And I love the credits at the end. Jackie Chan in his autobiography considers this film his best in terms of actions and stunt. And
it's damn good.
Yeah. So they're working on a sequel to the reboot. Apparently, the story from March 2023. The reboot was New Police Story.
There were two reboots, actually.
There were two reboots. So they're working on a sequel to the first reboot, New Police Story, from the early 2000s, I think. And Chan will not play the same character, I believe. I kind of want to watch the other police stories now.
Well, I've heard, so Police Story 2 I heard is pretty good, but I've heard 3, which is also called Super Cop, is a contender.
Oh. Yeah, Police Story Super Cop. 700.
Well, what we're doing is we're having Ruggs and Bilotti come up with the 280s and 290s movies.
I mean, I think this has got to be one of the 80s movies. Absolutely.
Oh, I think, most definitely.
All the DNA. Apparently, 700 pounds of sugar glass was broken. That's the breakaway glass in the making.
Lots of glass.
There's a lot of fake glass. Like, he takes it to the face and what?
I mean, even the women.
Yeah.
The women are the witness gets thrown through glass.
She gets thrown around.
Jesus Christ.
They had 15 cameras shooting that pole stunt. Because they got
the shot.
Yeah. Also, apparently the mall was supposed to open soon, and they had to hurry up and finish shooting because they needed to open the fucking mall. So the man is a fucking maniac. Uncharted apparently has action scenes inspired by Police Story 2. I haven't watched Uncharted.
I mean, this is we hadn't seen it, but it's one of the most influential action movies ever.
Clearly, I used to watch. Did you know he had a cartoon, Jackie Chan Adventures? Like, it was a Saturday morning cartoon back in the day.
I did not. No.
I used to watch it. It was really good. It's actually very good. I think he did the voice. But for him to build this franchise out at 7 movies is fantastic. Yeah, wow. It's a ride, and it's just a perfect runtime.
Yeah, 1 hour, 30 minutes. You're in, you're out.
Some jokes.
You laugh.
You go, holy shit.
Yeah, you get up off your seat. I mean, it's just, what more can you ask for?
It's kind of perfect. That's any other observations about Police Story? I love this movie. This is like one of my new favorite movies.
I'm curious what Ruggs will think that we reviewed this movie without him.
It's gonna be bad. He's like, oh, you motherfuckers.
Lame.
Oh, what the hell?
I really don't give a shit.
You're like,
get the fuck out of
here.
Yeah, all the inspiration. Even the bad guy was kind of goofy, but it worked.
Yeah, I mean, the bad guys, whatever. Yeah. It's not the most. They're not the most intimidating bad guys, but the movie's really just Jackie Chan being funny and then also doing his shit.
Yeah, now I need to watch more Jackie Chan movies, but definitely more police. Because this movie is also, it's on HBO Max, so you can watch it there. Also, the whole movie is on YouTube. I found it, the whole movie, just on YouTube if you want to watch.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, no problem. Easy to watch. All right, let's rate the movie. What are you going to give it?
Ooh, I'm going to give it, I originally had it as 8 out of 10, but I'm going to bump it up to a 9 out of 10.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, based on our conversation, I think it deserves that. I don't have it as a 10 out of 10 because for me personally, there's some weird, it's a little weird.
Yeah.
I mentioned the courtroom scene and then him getting framed in the third act and them having to rush through that. Like, I think structurally it's a little odd, even though it's only an hour and 30, but you got to give credit to Jackie Chan.
I mean, the
so
stuff
much good stuff
he shows us. Yeah, I'm going to give it a 9 too. I got no problem. impressive stunts, super influential, and I'm like, oh my God, I saw that scene in that movie. Oh my God, they did that in that movie. This is where it all came from.
Yep.
Fucking Chan. All right, good stuff. I can't wait for the ultimate action movie tournament to happen. Let's do some news from the nation.
It's time for news from the nation.
It's time for news from the nation. What?
It stinks. It stinks. It stinks.
That's not a fart. That's like an attempt. Is that gagging? What is going on over there?
Oh, it was coming out of both ends.
Oh, no. I hate when that happens.
Oh, fuck.
That's never good.
I don't know where to start cleaning up.
Oh,
after
boy.
that one.
Just, you know what? Just burn the house down. It's fine.
I was throwing up in the toilet, and then I started pooping.
That's when you just demolish the whole place and find a new place to live.
That's when you just say,
going to torch this place.
I'm leaving. This place needs to just go up in flames.
You get the insurance money. And I got one thing in News from the Nation. Blake Braden posted this interesting article, 62 best superhero movie performances. Do you want to know?
I haven't seen this.
Yeah, if you click that link, I will tell you. Let's just go through the top 10 on this
David
list.
Desmalchin at 62. I agree.
That's my boy. That's my boy. That's my vitiligo boy. Oh, actually, I'm going to start here. It gets a little controversial. We have some comments. I wanted to ask your thoughts. I'm going to start on 13. They got Robert Downey Jr. 13 as Iron Man.
13.
Yeah.
Wow, interesting.
And it's
kind of low.
So, and it's a specific movie. So it's Downey in the first Iron Man.
Oh, interesting.
So it's a performance. At 14, it's Chris Evans in Endgame as Captain America.
That's 12. You mean 12?
12. Sorry, going the other way. Okay. 11, Gal Gadot in the original Wonder Woman.
Okay.
She's above those two. Just remember that. Angela Bassett at number 10 from Wakanda Forever.
Wow, I feel like that's high. But I mean, she did get a nominee, but she's only in the movie for like half of it.
I know. It's interesting. Number 9 is Chadwick Boseman from the original Black Panther performance.
Okay.
Number 8, Ryan Reynolds from the original Deadpool.
Okay.
Number 7, Hugh Jackman in Logan. Absolutely.
Can they only be nominated once?
That is, you know what? I didn't even check that. I think these are all, I think it's just their best. I feel. I think these are just one. Everybody is one. So 7, we have Hugh Jackman and Logan. 6, Alfred Molina as Doc Ock in Spider-Man 2.
Oh, yeah. Mention the actor once.
Yeah, okay. So just once. Number 5, Joaquin Phoenix in Joker.
Who was 6?
6 was Alfred Molina, Doc Ock, Spider-Man 2.
Whoa, that's an interesting pick.
It's real high. It's a great performance. Joaquin Phoenix, Joker 5. Christopher Reeve, Superman 1978 at number 4.
Okay.
Number 3, Michael B. Jordan.
Whoa, they love him.
Is Killmonger in Black Panther, the original. Number 2, Michelle Pfeiffer in Batman Returns.
You know, she gives it her all in that role.
I do love her in that role. And she is in. And then number 1 best superhero movie performance, Heath Ledger, Dark Knight. No surprise there, kind of.
Yeah, I think Heath Ledger is the number 1. Wow, I wasn't expecting Michelle Pfeiffer at 2. Michael B. Jordan at 3. I like Michael B. Jordan. Christopher Reeve 4. I don't have a problem with the top 5.
The top 5 is solid. They all, I mean, you can't really argue with Michelle Pfeiffer is interesting at 2. Yeah, but she was good.
Yeah, these aren't bad. I mean, this isn't bad.
So
Kelsey McAvoy and Split. Oh, interesting.
Kelsey Carter had an issue with one of the picks.
Okay, what did he have an issue with?
Gal Gadot. Kelsey Carter said she's too high and also shouldn't be on the list. Blake Braden replied saying, I could make a case for her being on the list, but definitely not that high, not above Downey Jr. and Chris Evans.
So I don't think she's a better actor than those two people.
She's not, and she's kind of just playing it like kind of herself.
Yeah, but that Wonder Woman, the way she is so likable in that first Wonder Woman, and like we have never really had a Wonder Woman before, and we had obviously it was at the TV show or whatever.
Right, Linda Carter is not on
Linda Carter, list, but we never had one come on screen like that. And I think she really nails the earnestness of the character that like is unwavering in her beliefs, kind of naive, but not a dumbass.
Like you buy that she's never seen a man. right? And
yeah,
you
and then the whole trench scene.
Yeah,
No Man's Land is an amazing scene.
No,
I don't know. I don't know that maybe that I have it. I don't think it's a travesty that she's in the top 11.
That's the thing. I can see both ways. I could see an argument, but her presence, man, every time she's on the screen in that movie, you can't not watch. Like,
I think what's hurting her in the memories of the fans is that it hasn't been that good since.
Yeah, that was the best it got.
Yeah.
At 14, we do have Josh Brolin as Thanos in Infinity War, and then Tom Holland, Spider-Man No Way Home at 15.
Well, Ruggs will probably shit a brick seeing that.
Too high. And then Wesley Snipes in Blade at 17. Interesting list. I mean, everybody's on here. They got Jack Nicholson, a lot of great performances. Bradley Cooper, Michael Keaton, Defoe, Brandon Lee, is the Crow. Yeah, it's a very interesting list. Thanks for posting that, Blake Braden. Okay.
Yeah, thank you.
Let's finish up with some What Are We Watching? Did you watch anything fun? Did you watch Secret Invasion episode?
I watched 3? Secret Invasion.
Oh, okay, hold on.
Spoiler alert.
Let's discuss that a little bit. I don't know about this show anymore. Last week, we talked about it, and I was like, I'm digging it. I'm digging the slow burn, but we are halfway through. I don't know where it's going. This episode seemed kind of filler, but yet they still give you big revelations. Big things happen, but I don't know where this is going. How do you feel now? I'm kind of mid on this show.
I think it's, as the kids would say, or as you just said, I think it's right now just a very mid show. So normally Marvel shows start off kind of hot.
Right.
Get a little weird in the middle and then rush to an end. This one has just been kind of mid the whole time. And I think it's like there's some interesting things, but I don't know that they're leaning into the espionage.
No, they're not. Yeah, I thought there'd be more of that.
Or you don't know what's really going on. I feel like they're kind of doing it, but they're kind of not. And I feel like having every episode end on this like cliffhanger.
Yeah, they've done it 3 times though.
They've done it 3 times, but I feel like it's losing its impact. Like they kind of just glossed over the fact Maria Hill died in the first one.
She gone.
And now this third one, potentially Gaia's gone,
yeah,
but we don't really know. I think the problem with the show too is they are building on all this history between Gaia and her dad and Samuel Jackson and Talos.
We don't know about all this.
But we don't, and there's like 40 years or 30 years of this history, but us as a viewer, we don't know about that history.
Yeah.
And it's only 6 episodes, so there's only so much they can tell us in flashbacks, which they haven't really done. So it's all this told history rather than viewed history.
Yeah.
And I think it just kind of loses its impact. So yeah, so far, I think there's some decent things there, and I like the fact that it's a serious show and it's not jokey. But I also am like, it's kind of just mid, as the kid would say.
Wait, what? I enjoyed the slow burn first 2 episodes. We are halfway done. I think it needs to fucking get a move on. I wish now I'm like, we could pick up the pace a little bit. They would not waste Emilia Clarke for 3 episodes. You can hire Emilia Clarke and then
I don't think she's dead because I think there's trailers that spoil that she isn't. But
that's so we saw her get shot, turn into a Skrull. Now the thing is, she looks like a human that's probably locked up in that line of people where they're keeping people. Is it going to be? But that's not Talos' daughter. Are we going to meet the real human that looks like that? I don't know. Or they put her in the machine and Super Skrull her and that saves her. That's what's going to happen. Duh.
Yeah, I don't know. I read somewhere too that I was like, how stupid is Gaia if she helps her dad pull off this thing, like stop the World War III.
Yeah, she stopped.
And then when she's escaped, she's a Skrull, but she just keeps her regular form. Like, wouldn't you just change into someone else?
Oh my God! Why didn't she just change into somebody else to get by graphic? We're like a scout. Like, I gotta go pick up someone. See ya.
Right.
He wouldn't have known. Holy shit! That's a good point.
Yeah. So I don't know. The show is just. It's one of those things that I'm watching it, and I'm almost now watching it out of obligation.
Yeah, boy.
And that's not good. And it's just. We'll see how these last 3 episodes play out, but
I feel like I can already tell it's not going to be enough episodes. They're going to rush the ending. Same thing that happens every fucking show. move it along.
Well, the thing is that there's like stuff there that you could really get into, but I just don't think they're leaning as far into it, if that makes sense. The show is kind of like a dark espionage thriller, but then it's like not. It's, I don't know. It's just something's missing. There's just something missing from this show that is to make it kick into another gear.
I thought it would have been like Mission Impossible, but with Skrulls kind of type stuff. You know, that kind of spy stuff.
Yeah.
But they're not really doing that. Couple other big things that happened. He does name drop. He says Super Skrulls. Gravik finally says it out loud.
And there's a trailer where he's like extending his arm like
Groot.
Groot.
That's why he's got those like branches like Groot. And we saw him already heal himself with the extremist part of the power.
Right.
Which is kind of interesting. So here's the crazy thing. Fury's wife, she may be a double or a triple agent. Looks like they're making us think she's working for Gravik. And if you notice, when she makes the phone call to speak to Gravik, apparently she is talking to Rhodey, who is definitely a Skrull. I think all those fuckers, I think the president's a Skrull. He's a Skrull. I think Rhodey's voice was on the other end of that phone call is what I read.
Yeah, that's what I read too, is that it's Rhodey, and that'd be interesting, I guess.
And we already guessed. I was guessing. I'm like, they're all fucking Skrulls. If there's a million of them, that's the other thing. There's a million of them, they're all be Skrulls. They're all going to be fucking Skrulls the whole time.
You're a Skrull, and you're
I'm
a Skrull.
Everybody's a Skrull. So, yeah, we'll see. We'll see. I suddenly, after that third episode, I was like, really? Come on, pick it up, Pula. What are you doing? Let's go. Where's this going? Now she's dead? What the fuck? No, she's going to come back. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, it's just missing something. I can't put my finger quite on it, but
it's missing the eye patch. That's the difference. That'll fix everything.
If it had the eye patch, I think that would really help. It doesn't have that.
Put fucking Rhodey in the War Machine suit. Maybe that fixes things. Like if a Skrull has control of the War Machine suit, that's not good. Like, do you think we'll see that? A big fucking battle scene like that in the show, in this show?
The show's been a little more subdued in that stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, there's some good stuff. Like I enjoyed Gravik and what's his face, Talos's conversation. They had a good conversation, but I didn't really understand why Gravik doesn't just kill him.
Yeah, he's letting him live. Oh, where he approaches him and then they all turn into fucking Graviks. Yeah, that's great. That's great.
Like that's a cool scene, but then I don't really understand what was going on there. And I still think like the way they framed the show thus far, Nick Fury's in the wrong.
Yeah, it's still hard to really be on his side.
It's hard to really understand. I don't want the humans to die. So Sean Chandler made this point too that I think was prevalent, and I agree with it, is that the Skrulls want to blow up the world.
Yeah, or take it over.
Take it over. Well, they want to kill everybody.
Okay.
And they want to do that because Nick Fury didn't honor his promise to find them a world, and he's gone and he's disappeared. So I'm pissed at Nick Fury a little bit for that. But then also there's like something missing. Like, how do you go from like living on Earth to now like wanting to kill everybody? Like we haven't seen why Gravik wants to just kill everybody. Like that's an extreme viewpoint to go from I'm pissed at this guy because he didn't honor his promise to, well, the solution to that is to kill this fucking entire world.
Get everybody to shoot their nukes at each other, and then we'll be still around.
Yeah, like that's a wide spectrum of solutions.
It's terrorism. It's a terrorist mindset, but
we haven't seen why. Like what's been the inciting incident? They keep hinting at, oh, look at the way these humans treat each other. But would that be a reason to want to kill all of them? I don't know. One thing I did like, though, real quick, is I did enjoy the fact that Talos points out they basically have retconned why Nick Fury became who he became.
Oh, because of him.
It's because of the Skrulls.
Yeah.
They were feeding him information. So it wasn't because Nick Fury was a one step ahead because he's Nick Fury. He was one step ahead because he had the Skrulls. So I like that idea.
That's the thing, is he's been using them to get all his intel and get promoted this whole time, and they got fuck all for this. Mm-hmm. And also, shouldn't you blame Captain Marvel? She's the one out in space looking for fucking planets. She's the one who should be able to find something real quick. They're both to blame. They both promised them, and they both haven't fulfilled their promise.
I'll say this, and I know we're 3 episodes in, and there's 3 more to go, and I'm as Marvel gung ho as anybody, but I have to admit my Marvel meter is not as high as it used to be.
Not the best,
and I'm close to, if not already, coming to the conclusion. It's taken me a while, but I've gotten here. That the Disney Plus shows in their current format is just it's just not working. It's just not. They're not good at it.
I mean, and they've slowed down, giving
and they
us
slowed
things.
down, yeah.
We have it usually.
I think the best format for them is those one-shot specials and to just do movies. But
yeah.
I don't know that Disney is going to allow them to not put out more content, but
God, why 6 episodes? I mean, we talked about how it felt like Andor, but like the 12 episodes for Andor were so meaty and satisfying, and they really used the 3 episode structure arc well. Like 6 episodes, like either move it along quicker or give more episodes if you wanted to be at this pace.
Yeah, 6 is just not the right number.
It's not.
But they just haven't. And what's the problem too? And I thought I would like this, but I think for the casual fan, I don't think it's good. And Sean Chandler also brought this up, and I completely agree. Is that these shows are very niche?
Yeah.
So that for instance, Miss Marvel is not something everyone's going to watch.
Yeah.
This Secret Invasion show is not targeted at kids.
Yeah.
Yet these things are feeding into or sequels to movies, or feeding into movies, and the movies are supposed to be watched by everyone.
Yeah.
So if you're probably not watching these shows, but then you're watching a movie like Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness.
What the fuck happened here?
Or you're watching the Marvels and going, who the fuck is this Kamala Khan?
Where is she? I mean, it's a shame.
Or like Captain Marvel is. This is kind of a sequel to Captain Marvel.
It's a straight sequel to Captain Marvel, so you would have to have watched that. But I see a lot of people saying they're fucking bored by this show, and I can totally understand.
I could see
that.
it.
Yeah,
I'd see it.
It's a shame about Miss Marvel and more people didn't watch, because really that is a universally relatable show if you think about the future.
Well, this show apparently is getting the second lowest ratings next to Miss Marvel.
Oh shit! Wow.
So I think this Disney Plus experiment
has been on a downslide. Yeah,
not been good, unfortunately, for Marvel.
And they're cutting back, and they got to cut some budgets.
And where I think it's gonna what potentially could be frightening is these movies and the shows are so integrated that now
you're gonna lose
people. Have to watch the movies, and they're gonna lose people. And the movies have also been somewhat mid since Phase 4 started. So I think while they're still making a lot of money, I think they're kind of eating away at the golden goose, which is kind of scary.
I mean, we've definitely passed the peak of it. It peaked, and now this is kind of it's a dip, it's a plateau. I don't know if they could peak again.
Well, the thing is they're plateauing, but then they're lowering their plateau with every one of these shows.
Yep, it's flat, but then the flat is going down. So can they peak to the heights of Endgame or No Way Home again? Will it take another 10 years to get there? I don't know.
I just don't think TV shows. I mean,
it should work. These comic books are episodic. It should work on TV, and they can't fucking figure it.
Yeah, they can't do it.
Doesn't make any sense.
Figured it out.
Doesn't make any sense.
And then the next couple shows on the docket, what are they? Like Coven of Chaos.
Yeah.
What
else is coming out?
Echo.
Oh God, right? There's Echo and Daredevil.
Yeah, I mean, this is just. Let me just take a quick.
Nobody's watching Coven of Chaos. Nobody's gonna watch fucking Echo. Only if you pump up that. Charlie
Loki should be good.
Oh, so Loki season 2. I'm looking forward to. Yes.
Yeah, that's October 6th.
Yeah.
Echo, I think, is November 29th. I think they're gonna just drop it all at once.
That's the one they're like, let's just put it out there and move past this. So that's not good. It's not a good sign.
No, that's not good. And then you have What If? That's a cartoon.
Oh, I love that. I can't wait for that season 2.
But that's a very niche thing. Ironheart. What wasn't the best introduction in Black Panther?
They're still making that.
You could argue that Ironheart's actually took away from Wakanda Forever.
Yeah,
took away some. Agatha, Coven, and Chaos. Don't know why they're even doing that show. Yeah. And then Daredevil Born Again is
that's going to be the big one.
Probably the most intriguing thing they got.
18 episodes, nice and full. Hopefully they don't fuck that up the other way and decompress everything for 18 episodes. That would be horrible. But they can pace it like Andor maybe and do little story arcs.
So
man,
it's not. Marvel Cinematic Universe on TV is just not it's not it right now.
We've passed the golden age, and now we're just fucking floundering a little bit.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens. You watch anything else incidentally?
No, but I plan to. I intended to watch Sisu, so at some point I'm gonna watch it.
Oh, that's on streaming. I kind of want to watch that too.
It's a little expensive right now.
Yeah, what is it? Still like $7 for a rental?
It's like $20 and you can only buy it.
It's not a rental.
Debating if I should just do it.
It's not a rental yet. Look, get a couple of friends over, $5 a pop. Here you go. I don't know. But wow, it's not. It's just full $20 still. Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I saw something on Netflix last night. I started, which is phenomenal. I can't wait to finish it. It is called An Unauthorized Story of American Gladiators. It is a 5-part docuseries about American Gladiators, the birth of the show, the changes, the fucking injuries. The cast is all there. You got Nitro, you got Blaze, you got Zap there. Like, you can see them now. The behind the scenes stories are wild. You got that dude Gemini, who's the former football player, who was huge. It's so fascinating. You know, thinking, I kind of remember when it came out, it was considered trash TV in the beginning.
American Gladiators was?
Yes.
Oh,
it was all like, they show all these news clips. Like, they called the show the end of civilization, not only the end of television, because nobody had seen that. Also, none of that shit was staged on that show. Those were all real fuckers getting hit. And they had to rework the games. People were getting concussed. They didn't think about safety.
You know what my favorite game was?
Yeah, which one?
There's all these like super masculine physical games, and then there's one where you are at the back and they're shooting tennis balls at you.
Oh, the obstacle course. Yeah, the assault.
You just have to try to get to the assault.
And you could shoot tennis balls back at them.
Yeah, and that was my favorite one because it was like,
it's great.
You have these big muscular guys, but that doesn't mean they're any good at shooting.
No, they're just like
tennis balls.
Poof, poof, yeah. Poof, poof. And the guy had to run without getting hit and hide behind the things and shoot back. The assault was great. Joust was also great.
Joust is the classic.
That's a classic. Remember they were in those big rolly balls? And then there was the one where you had to get the ball in the containers while the guys were trying to fucking tackle you.
Yeah.
People were smashing heads. They didn't wear helmets. There was no padding. They were all doing steroids. It's an amazing series so far. I watched like the first 2 episodes. I'm like, this is fucking great. Apparently 30 for 30 also did like a 2-3 hour documentary about American Gladiators. A lot of the same stories. But, we have Ninja Warrior now, but like this is the OG. Like you'd never seen shit like this in the late 80s, early 90s when this came out.
This was a one of one at the time. And too bad the version, what was it, Hulk Hogan that brought it back?
Oh, did he? I don't even remember that. I didn't watch that.
Yeah, it was the new American Gladiator, and it was like hosted by, it was 2008.
Oh, okay.
And it was hosted by Hulk Hogan and Layla Ali.
Oh, shit. Oh, Muhammad Ali's daughter. I wonder if they'll mention that in the end of this documentary. But I can't wait to hear more stories and the fuck was going on. Oh, fantastic. Check it out. A couple other things I want to mention. I finished that show Silo on Apple TV Plus. It's a very good sci-fi show. Great last episode. A lot of great twists at the end. Also has Rebecca Ferguson as the lead, who we're going to see Mission Impossible, Dead Reckoning. And then The Bear season 2. Are your friends watching The Bear? This is
I have a lot of friends watching The Bear.
Shit.
I don't watch it at all. What's the appeal of The Bear?
It is so good. Oh, first of all, it's half-hour episodes. There's occasionally they go long, but the first season dealt with this guy coming back to Chicago after his brother killed himself. His brother had an Italian beef store. It's in shambles. It's a mess. He leaves it to this brother who's gone around the world. He's a multiple Michelin star chef.
Mr. Beef is, by the way,
Mr. Beef is a real place. Yeah.
It's 3 blocks from where I live.
Oh, no way. It's that place. So apparently it's based on that place, Mr. Beef. So the first season details him trying to bring this struggling business out, figuring out the books, hiring people. But the first season, the way they filmed it, you really feel the tension of running a restaurant and the stresses, and you feel like you fucking work there watching this show. The end of the first season, something happens, but the guy wants to change the Mr. Beef to an upscale restaurant called The Bear. So this second season is all about him renovating the restaurant, getting the licenses, training his staff, dealing with his family. They're all great characters, great actors, and an opening, doing a tasting menu service. I was so invested in this restaurant. Like, you feel like you work there, and I wanted to see it open. I wanted to see them solve all these problems. There's an amazing hour-long episode in this season. That's a flashback. It's a Christmas flashback. It has an amazing guest cast: John Bernthal, Jamie Lee Curtis, Bob Odenkirk, John Mulaney. Jamie Lee Curtis gives an absolutely Emmy. She got to win an Emmy for this. An amazing performance as their mom, who's like kind of bipolar and manic and just struggling with things and insecurities. And it felt so real. These characters are like so relatable. They're so real. The way they show the insides of a restaurant, like there's one take scenes in both seasons that are amazing. So thinking about how they do this, they had to run. It's very accurate. They had to run this restaurant like a real restaurant while choreographing this one take with the camera, the timing with the customers in the back, everything working. It's gorgeous. And you feel like you're there. You feel like you work there. It's just solid drama, solid cinematography, great editing, great performances, great writing, short episodes. I'd highly recommend it. It's one of the best things on TV. On Hulu, 2 seasons. Check out The Bear. I bet all your friends are watching. It's fucking great.
A lot of my friends watch The Bear. Yeah, they're really into it.
Watch the first couple episodes. You will get sucked in, and like the first season.
That's my fears. I don't want to get sucked.
You'll get sucked in. The first season had me like, it gets you tense. Like you actually own this restaurant, and everything depends on it getting these orders out. Or it's so good. It's so good. So good. So I finally caught up on that. Yeah, check it out. Okay, that's it this week.
Okay.
Listener,
all right.
Go watch Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1. We will be discussing it next week. Spoiler thread in the Facebook group. Final thoughts, Anthony. Give us some sage words of advice.
Oh, man. Make sure when you wipe your ass that you just don't do like a couple dry wipes, maybe a wet wipe. A couple wet wipes. Because really, when you're just wiping your ass with those sheets, all you're doing is just moving the poo around.
You're just smearing it around, yeah.
You're not really cleaning it.
You got to get in there and then dust off with some Gold Bond just to be sure.
Yeah. So that's
solid advice.
That's what I wanted to share with the listeners.
Take a tip.
And if it gets a little chafe, just give yourself a nice little surprise and shoot some Gold Bond straight up there. Because it'll give you a cooling sensation like no other.
I'm about ready to buy those, those bidet add-ons that you like snap onto your toilet. I was like, these are nice, bro. I'm with this little thing there. You don't got to worry about it. It cleans it right up. I'm about to invest in the bidet that gets Wi-Fi. That's what I want. It orders fucking food from Amazon for me while I'm on the shitter. That's what I want.
There's nothing like nothing like sitting on that shitter in the morning.
Oh, it's great. While you're on the shitter, listener, you can see all our stuff on our website, jockandnerd.com, in the episode description, links for things. Most importantly, while you're on the shitter, tweet out the show to someone. Share it. Post it to Facebook. What are you doing? You're sitting there taking a crap. You're listening to us. Just hit that share button. It's not hard. We'd appreciate it. Thank you for listening to the Jock and Nerd Podcast. My name is Imran.
My name's Anthony.
He's the Jock.
He's the nerd.
We'll beep you next time.
Floppy Jock. I love this movie.
My balls was hot.
Oh, this is about Jackie Chan.
Yes. I see that you know your judo well.
Jock and Nerd.
You're still here? You're still here? It's over. Go home. Go home. It's over. Get out of here. Go home. All right? Leave. I'm calling the cops. Get out of here. Get out. The ending of Ferris Bueller wasn't that long a thing, but go. Get the fuck out. He didn't say that either, but that's me ad-libbing. Okay? Just go.